how other people, or the people who are not into computers or not into programming, can build a career on AI, or how they can actually use AI as consumers. Okay, AI as a consumer. For that, we are actually introducing a version of AI which is called as low code AI and no code AI. What are the components of low code AI? When it comes to low code AI, it is majorly created as, a GUI application. ChatGPT itself is a no code AI platform. So we can start with the basic understanding of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and all. Then we can move to the low code and idea of low code and no code AI. Then I think you will be more beneficial if I demonstrate some of the tool for you, right? So I can actually start with the AI part. So when we are talking about artificial intelligence, we should be mentioning about computing systems, right? So because we are all realizing this artificial intelligence through computing devices. So what is a computing device? It is nothing but it is an electronic device we always use to handle data. Okay. So, and what is the reality about a computer? It is nothing but a computer is a dumb device. Why it is called as a dumb device? Because computers can't do anything by its own, right? So we always label computers as dumb devices. But see, can you imagine in a day without computers in our day-to-day life? See, can you think about a hospital without computer? Can you think about a transportation system without computer? Can you think about anything, anything we are dealing in our day-to-day life without computers? No, definitely no, right? So computers are special even though they are dumb devices. So what makes them special? The versatility, the speed, accuracy, such things makes a computer very special device to us. Or we can say a computer is a very loving device in our life, right? So one of the major drawback, or one of the major limitation of computer is like computers are dumbed, right? So with this limitation, even from 1950s itself, people are thinking about how computers can be made intelligent, or how we can remove that dumbness from computers. As a result of that, in 1956, one of the renowned scientists called John McCarthy first introduced the word artificial intelligence, and its main intuition is to make a computer think like a human, right? And we know how the human intelligence works, right? Human intelligence can be somehow defined as it is the ability of a person to apply his knowledge to solve a real life problem in a particular situation, right? So when you look into that definition itself, we can see that there are two major components for processing intelligence. The first one is the knowledge, and the other one is the ability to apply that, right? So in that perspective, we can say that artificial intelligence is also making use of these two aspects, that is the knowledge and the ability. And we know the knowledge is taken or derived from data, right? And this ability can be implemented through the computer programs, right? Or basically we can say with the help of algorithms, right? So artificial intelligence is a scientific domain that deals with making intelligence to a system with the help of data and a set of algorithms, right? So they are nothing, it is not like a magic or something. With the help of data and a set of sophisticated algorithms, we are making the computers think like a human. So that is a core idea of artificial intelligence. So when it comes to artificial intelligence, you can see that it is not a new thing. It is actually introduced in 1956 itself. But only after 2010 we are getting more importance to artificial intelligence. We are actually listening to artificial intelligence. We are feeling it. We are experiencing it. We are talking about it, right? So what is the reason for that? Can you just imagine why the artificial intelligence got this much boom in the recent few years? It is nothing but the availability of the hardware uh, infrastructure, because maybe you teachers are when you are using the computer for the first time, you can actually remember you are using a computer with 128 MB RAM, right? Or 10 GB hard disk, or a Pentium 2 processor. But what is the configuration of the computing devices now our kids are having? Right, it is around 8 GB of minimum RAM will be there in their phone, right? Snapdragon processors will be there, and the storage is we cannot even imagine without a storage device less than 1 TB, right? So in the 20 years of span, we can say that there was a big hardware explosion happened in the domain of artificial intelligence, as well as the availability of digital data, because nothing is now we are keeping in papers, right? We are actually keeping everything on the digital computers, right? In the digital form. So the availability of the data, as well as the availability of hardware resources, actually accelerated the use of artificial intelligence. That is why we can say that we are at the age of artificial intelligence, or particularly the modern artificial intelligence. Okay, so the future will be in the hands of artificial intelligence. We can actually see the artificial intelligence in different forms. The major classification according to their capability is actually the narrow intelligence, general intelligence, and super intelligence, right? So narrow intelligence is nothing but the artificial intelligence techniques which can do only a single task, a simple task, like the Google Assist in our mobile phones, or the face detection application in our mobile phones. They are all narrow intelligence system, right? And you may be familiar with the robots and all, right? They can do multiple tasks as a single AI system. Such systems are actually called as artificial general intelligence. And you may be familiar with such systems which can be seen in fictional stories and movies like Transformers, Endiran kind of stuff, right? Which is having the intelligence beyond the human. Such kind of systems, the fictitious AI systems seen in movies and stories are actually termed as artificial super intelligence. So, but we can say that whatever we are now experiencing is actually coming under narrow intelligence as well as in general intelligence, right? And when it comes to modern artificial intelligence, we can see that there are several subdomains. Why we need to have several subdomains in artificial intelligence? See, if I ask you the question like, how you are making intelligence, are you making intelligence in the same way? No, we may be depending on different type of inputs as well as different strategies to make intelligence, right? Maybe we are using some kind of visuals, we are using some kind of audio information, we are using some kind of textual information. We learn through practice, we learn through uh, experience. We make intelligence to listening, right? So we have different strategies as well as different modalities of inputs to make intelligence. In that perspective, in artificial intelligence also we have different subdomains like machine learning, speech analysis and processing, computer vision, natural language processing, expert systems, planning and optimization, robotics. These are all several subdomains in artificial intelligence that depends on different modalities of data. Like speech is depending on audio and sound, computer vision is depending on visuals and images, and natural language processing is depending on textual informations. So each of these domains are actually depending on different type of data, as well as they are using different strategies to make intelligence. So even though we are having this much subdomains, one particular subdomain in artificial intelligence is very 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 important, because we can see the influence of that subdomain in every other subdomains. Like we are using machine learning along with speech, vision, NLP, expert systems, planning and optimization, robotics. Everywhere we are using machine learning. Collaborated with all other subdomains. So, in that perspective, we can say that the domain of artificial intelligence is actually now dominated by the subdomain called machine learning, or simply we can put artificial intelligence is nowadays equivalent to machine learning itself, right? It is approximately equal to machine learning itself. It is not exactly same, but whatever now we experience as artificial intelligence is actually created with the help of machine learning, right? Hope you got understood, right? Why the machine learning domain is very much important in artificial intelligence. And within machine learning we have several subdomains, or several type of learning techniques, and one such learning technique is actually called as artificial neural networks. That is, we have to make a system think like a human with the help of machine learning, and for that machine learning purpose we are using artificial neural networks. They are actually depicting the working of a human brain, right? And this artificial neural network is again modeled, or again configured in a particular way to make it as a deep neural network. And this deep neural network is nowadays extended to another very important domain, which is called as generative AI. Okay, generative AI. So can you just imagine what is the hierarchy? We have artificial intelligence, within that we have machine learning, and within machine learning we have artificial neural network. And artificial neural network can be modeled as a deep neural network, and a special kind of deep neural network is actually called as generative AI models. Okay, hope it is understood, right? And when it comes to machine learning, what is actually machine learning? I can give you a formal definition of machine learning. Like a machine learning is any process by which a system improves performance from experience, right? And with an example of one famous movie character, like you may be knowing that Amir Khan's movie, right? I forgot his name. PK, yeah, PK. So you just think this is PK on the right side, and you are the companion of PK on the left side, and PK don't know anything around us, right? So we want to make PK learn about the things happening around us. So the first task you are going to make PK learn is PK should be able to understand a shirt. Okay, so for that, what I am doing is, see, I am showing a shirt to PK, right? I'm showing a shirt to PK and telling that PK, this is the shirt we used to wear. So after observing that shirt, PK will arrive at a conclusion, or a perception that, see, the color should be green, the size should be large, and the type should be formal. Okay, that is the conclusion, right? And again, I'm showing a red color small shirt to PK and asking that, PK, is this a shirt? No, PK will say, no, this is not a shirt, because according to PK's perception, the color should be green, but it is a red shirt, right? Again, what I'm doing is I'm again giving an instruction to PK, okay, that this is also a shirt. So what is happening to PK's perception? PK's perception is changing in a way that the color can be either green or red, size can be either large or small, and the type can be formal or casual. Okay, and what happen if I give another yellow color medium shirt to PK? PK will say, no, this is also no shirt, not a shirt, right? Again, we are giving the supervision to PK that, PK, this is also a shirt. The PK's perception will change again, like the color can be green, red, or yellow. The size can be large, small, or medium, and the type can be formal or casual. So what will happen if I give as much example to PK at the end? PK will be able to identify any shirt, right? That is what exactly happening in machine learning, right? So here we can say that PK is the algorithm. PK is the algorithm. And what is happening to the algorithm? After experiencing each example of shirt I'm giving, the algorithm is actually getting improved and improved and improved, and we can say that algorithm is actually learning from the examples, and finally it will arrive at a particular decision making rule, right? Particular decision making rule. At that point we can say that the algorithm become intelligent, then we will say that as an AI model, okay, that as an AI model, or specifically a machine learning model. So hope you got the idea of machine learning, right? So when how can you actually define a machine learning? It is nothing but a set of algorithms are actually trying to improve its performance by experiencing a data in an evolutionary manner, right? So the one thing you have to keep in mind is when you want to apply machine learning or AI for a particular problem, you should think about that problem and find out these properties. That is, that problem should have some kind of uncertainty. The problem should possess some kind of uncertainty, and within that uncertainty there should be a hidden pattern in it. There should be a hidden pattern in it, and we must be able to generalize that pattern through approximation. We must be able to generalize that pattern through approximation, and with that approximation we can do the predictions, the future predictions with minimum error. That is what we are actually looking into the problems that can be solved with machine learning. So we have to apply machine learning or what AI on situations where which is having some kind of uncertainty. It should possess some kind of hidden pattern in it, and the machine learning technique we are using should be able to tackle that hidden relationship within the data, right? So I can still give you a simple example, right? If I ask you 1 1 2 4 3 9 4 16 5 25, what is the output of 10? Is the audience are muted? Okay, the answer will be 100, right? Okay, and why? How you are able to tell me that answer is 100? Because from the given data you are actually going through the data, right? And after going through the data you found the inputs and outputs are connected in some way, and your brain is able to identify that connection or the relationship between input and output, right? And what is the relationship? The second number is the square of the first number, right? The second number is the square of first number, and you are applying that particular relationship to predict the output for 10 as 100, right? So this is exactly happening in machine learning, but the one difference here is in the previous example the relationship between input and output are relationship between the input and output are very crisp, defined, right? But in a real time situation, when you are trying to apply machine learning or AI, the problems are actually not related very specifically, right? See, in the if the previous example is given to you like 1 1, 2 is mapped to 4, 3 is mapped to 8.9, 4 is mapped to 16.2. Will you be saying that 100 will be map, sorry, 10 will be mapping to 100? No, right? What is the problem with that? The problem is The problem is there is no exact relationship between the input and output. That is because of the uncertainty in that relationship. But we can approximately say that the first number is uh, squared and the second number will be somewhere near to that square, right? So that is a hidden relationship, and we must be able to approximate it as y is approximately equal to x squared. So such kind of problems can be applied on machine learning, right? And within machine learning we are actually doing two major tasks. The first task is called as discriminative models. The first kind of models are actually doing a task called discriminative models, and the second task is actually the generative models. So in the discriminative models we are always trying to make decisions on the data, right? We are always making decisions on the data. On seeing a particular image of a person, our mobile phone is actually deciding whether it is a particular person or not, right? So that is a decision making. And on getting a particular input of face, an AI camera is detecting whether the person is wearing a helmet or not. That is also a decision, right? On knowing the marks of a student for the past few exams, I can actually predict the mark of the that particular student in the next exam, right? So in all these cases, we are actually making some decisions out of the data. But in the case of discriminate in the generative models, we are making something out of the data, right? That is, we are making something out of the data. On giving a particular image, we are getting another image. Like you may be familiar with the Face app, right? Face app. On uploading the image, you can actually change how will be your appearance after 5 years or 10 years, right? Such applications actually called as Face app. Here, instead of making a decision, what we are doing is we are actually creating something out of the data, right? We are creating something out of the data. So such models are actually called as generative models. And this generate whatever it is, generative models, discriminative models, whatever it is, in few years, if you consider few years back, we are always depending upon different programming tools to make this models, right? Like Python, R programming, and there are so many libraries associated with them, sklearn, orange, pycaret. There are a lot of libraries associated with that, right? And it is very essential to possess a kind of programming skill to use these tools and to make AI. But the scenario changed. Now everyone is actually required of AI, right? Everyone is actually really using AI for their job or their in their day-to-day life, right? So how other people or the people who are not into computers or not into programming can build a career on AI, or how they can actually use AI as consumers. Okay, AI as a consumer. For that, we are actually introducing a version of AI, which is called as low code AI and no code AI. So the low code and no code AI means it uses no code, or it uses a low number of lines of code to make AI models according to the need. Okay, according to the need. So basically, when it comes to no code, it empowers experts to develop app. It is actually a very cost saving thing, faster technology adoption, and it will help us help data scientists to focus on harder problem, right? And if you think about the no code tools in machine learning or artificial intelligence, you can see the tools like vector data mining, big ML, data robot, Clarify AI platform, Accio, Levity, Lobe. These are the some of the major tools which is available as no code. Okay, no code. Okay, and when it comes to low code, it is nothing but it is a visual drag and drop development approach that facilitates delivery of applications by reducing the hand coding as much as possible. That is, we need not to write much code for a particular thing. Instead, they can actually use some components which are already existing and combine them to make a AI application, right? That is what we are calling as low code AI application. Okay, so what are the components of low code AI? When it comes to low code AI, it is majorly created as, okay, majorly created as a GUI application. Okay, majorly created as a GUI application. Okay, so but the one can actually access those applications with the help of a mouse and a keyboard, right? So most of the time, this low code or particularly the no code applications were used by non CS persons, and if the CS people are using it, it will actually increase the productivity, right? But the current situation is that before the chat GPT, we should say now, the age before ChatGPT and after ChatGPT. Before ChatGPT, these tools are actually very, very important because these tools can actually do wonders with the data, even without knowing what is AI. But after the introduction of ChatGPT, what happened is everything is actually taken over by this ChatGPT. Or simply we can say that ChatGPT itself is a no code AI platform. Okay, ChatGPT itself can be considered as a no code application because we need not to give code anything, right? We can use that as a consumer of artificial intelligence. Okay, consumer of artificial intelligence. Okay, so I will be demonstrating some tools that will be useful for your teaching learning process. And I will show you some code, some applications that can be used as low code. And after that, we can make use of ChatGPT, Gemini, or uh, DeepSeek. Okay, for finding out how these applications can be benefited for the teaching and learning plan. Okay, fine. So we can now go to the demonstration part. I forgot the name of the host actually.
Nice.
Ah, nice. Guys, is every or participant is muted?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can respond in the chat box.
Okay. So are you clear with the idea of artificial intelligence? Can you just put an S or a response in the chat box so that
Yeah,
I
there
can
are
just
reactions
move?
coming up. So
Yeah. Yeah, how they are connected to uh, machine learning and how this uh, generative AI things are actually getting worked, right? In a very layman perspective. Yeah, fine. Thank you. Thank you for the response. Otherwise, I'm showing some demos, you will not be understanding it. Okay, fine. So mostly, I can show you if you want to build some AI applications or machine learning applications, what we usually do is like, see, if I go to a tool called Google Collab, this is the platform we always use to create AI applications or the machine learning applications. See, this is I'm simply showing how we can actually use Python codes to implement machine learning and AI applications. See, we have to do a lot of codes like this. See, when you are not into the computer science background or if you're not into programming, what is happening is you have to look into these code like a Kalagaya Bhasha, like in Bahubali. Okay, so it will be a mess for you, right? So, but in this current new age of artificial intelligence, you cannot move away from artificial intelligence. Particularly in the teaching learning scenario, students are getting more smarter than teachers, right? And if you're not adaptable with artificial intelligence, you will be losing your job, right? No AI will replace you, but the people who know AI will definitely replace you. So you should be adaptable with artificial intelligence to become an effective teacher, okay, or a new gen teacher. So, and for that, there is no worry that you should be learning like, or you must learn about this program, Python and all everything. But you can simply use some code, some applications for your AI use cases. And majority, I would say 95% of the things can be done with ChatGPT or the similar tool like DeepSeek or or like Gemini or something. But some of the sophisticated tools are there, Like suppose you want to do some kind of data analytics, the major tool you can rely upon is the Excel itself. Okay, Excel itself. See, this Excel is very familiar to you, right? And this Excel is actually can be considered as a very powerful AI tool too, right? Suppose you want to use some kind of trend analysis. I hope you know what is trend analysis, right? See, if I know the salary of mine in 2010 as 15,000, okay, and I know my next salary 2011 if I have my salary as 18,000, okay, and in 2012 my salary is like 25,000, okay, and in 2013 my salary is 28,000. Similarly, if I have the salary of mine as in 2022 as 48,000, okay, so what would be my salary in 2030? What is my salary at 2030? So what is the process we call it as? It is actually called as prediction, right? We are predicting the salary of 2030 from our past experience. So definitely it is a machine learning task, right? And how you can do this? You can do this very simply with the Excel, right? See, if I select this and I insert a chart, and I'm plotting a scatter plot here. Okay, you can see this particular trend, right? Okay, this particular trend. So, and here you can actually show the legends, the trend line, right? Trend line, and from this point, there's an option to find the yes, show the equation. See, display the equation on the chart. Okay, so if I select this, you can see one equation, right? See, right? So it is nothing but 2635.2 into x. X is the year. Okay, x is the year. If you put the value of x, the year as x here, this equation will give you the salary of 2030, right? So maybe like I can calculate this as if this is the equation equal to okay, 2635.2 into 2000 into 2030 plus some minus 0.000005, that is actually represented here. So they can actually calculate in 2030 I can have some salary like this. Okay, so this is how an Excel can be simply used for forecasting kind of stuff. And there are so many use cases like suppose you have the pass percentage of your school for different years. You can actually find or forecast what will be the pass percentage of your school after some years. So for this purpose you can simply use Excel. And if you want to effectively use or effectively build some more complicated AI stuff, there is something called Vecca. Okay, there's something called Vecca. Vecca is an application. Okay, so in Vecca we are actually uh, implementing different AI tasks. There is something called classification, clustering, regression kind of stuff in Vecca. So those things can be done with Vecca. So suppose you have some data like this in the desktop. I can see this is some data. Okay, so this is open in Vector, and here you can see different values of uh, this particular data. I can actually load this data in Explore. Yeah. I'm opening file from the desktop. I can choose my data, the students' performance data. See, and I can select the all data. Okay, so on seeing this, you can see the data here. See, student ID, gender, age, parental education, study time, extracurricular activities, math score, science score, technology score, engineering score, and our STEM overall STEM grade, right? So if you want to group the students, we have several students. If you want to group some students according to their similarity, you can use some algorithms here, right? There are a lot of algorithms available here, and I'm using some kind of algorithms, and I can actually do the visualizations. Okay, see if I perform clustering, I can see that there are two clusters. See, two clusters, and one with a set of males and other with a set of females, right? Okay, so according to the similarity of the data, they can group and they can actually do some kind of classification. Classification is nothing but predicting a particular data into which class. That is what we are calling as classification. So you can use this kind of uh, core machine learning tools for if you want to do some kind of core AI application. But most of the time, we teachers are actually using AI as a consumers, right? So if you're keen in using building AI things, you can make use of this. But to for the teaching learning purpose, I particularly prefer this ChatGPT or DeepSeek or Gemini kind of application. And I will show you one of the very useful tool that can be used for mathematical teachers, which is called as Desmos. Okay, see, Desmos is a very AI built application which can actually visualize different kind of functions. Suppose you have y is equal to sine x, okay, sine x, okay, y equal to sine x. So see, you can see the effect of this particular function, right? Suppose you want to demonstrate if we get multiplied with the angle is getting multiplied with a, as the factor increases, what will happen? See, the frequency of the sine wave will change according to the value of this a, right? And suppose you are introducing some b2 here, some constant addition. So what will happen to that? If you keep a as a constant, okay, and if you change the value of b, it will see do the phase difference, right? It will change the phase. Okay, and if you multiply some m here on sine, what will happen if I increase m by keeping this b and c constant? See, the m will increase the amplitude of that particular sine waves, right? Right? Okay, so these are all actually good applications if you want to demonstrate the effect of different functions. Okay, and you can actually visualize any functions for this. And if you want to visualize a 3D function 3D plots and all, there is something called GeoGebra. Okay, GeoGebra. Okay, so in GeoGebra, like a start calculator, you can actually visualize a 3D visualizations. See, there are something like this, the basic functions and all. And for 3D plot, there is an option GeoGebra 3D. Okay? Yeah, 3D calculator. So if you have the equation of a 3D shape like y equal to, okay, sorry, z is equal to x square, x square plus y square. You can see the visualization of a pond. And if you want to show a plane that cuts that cone, then you can simply put like 2x plus 3y minus 6 equal to 0. Right? So the plane will be cutting that cone like this. See? Okay. And if you change the value of this constants like a, b, and c, okay, and if you put or if you change the value of p simply like 7, see what is happening? The line is cutting, right? So you can use this kind of visualization AI tools for effectively teaching mathematics, particularly in the functions, the limits, and the 3D visualization and all. Okay. And moving to ChatGPT, you are all familiar with ChatGPT, right? And I don't know how much you are actually using this ChatGPT for the teaching learning process. I can actually demonstrate some kind of use cases. Suppose you want to create a lesson plan for a particular topic. Usually, it will take a lot of time, right? Usually we are spending much time to create lesson plans for this. Suppose I want to create a lesson plan for the chapter circles and tangents for the class 10. Okay, so how ChatGPT can help this? See, I want, okay, I can prompt like I want to create a lesson plan. Okay, I want to create a lesson plan for circles and tangents with 5 hours, okay, including topic, activities, quiz, and outcomes. It should be in tabular form. See how easily ChatGPT is actually creating the lesson plan for our circles and tangent. Do you think it is easy? Right? Okay, fine. We can effectively build a lesson plan for this. Okay, build a lecture notes for this. You can give it as a follow up. So prepare a lecture note for the above topic. See how easily actually it's actually creating that for each topic. It is actually creating some kind of lecture notes. Okay. And after this, see, suppose you want to create a quiz. Okay. Create a quiz with 10 MCQs, multiple choice questions. Okay. With four options on the about topic. You can actually get the multiple choice questions here. Fine. Okay. Yeah. And you got the questions and all right. You can simply copy this and again create a question paper for class test, class test for the above chapter, the above chapter with a total mark of 30. The question can be short, fill in the blanks, short questions, and essay. See, see, now you will get the question paper as it is. Okay, you got the question paper, right? Okay, fine. So maybe you can give some idea for class activities for this chapter. So after completing all the things, you can actually uh, think about some class activities that can be used to engage students more effectively to understand the concept. See, there are a lot of things that actually provided, right? So this is very useful for you. Okay. And even suppose you have a chapter from CBSE or something, CBSE text for 10. Okay. And you can get the PDF of each textbook from here, right? So I'm simply taking the class 10 and the subject is maybe I'm like mathematics, so taking mathematics. To go, you will get the textbooks. So I have the chapter here. Okay, so I can download this chapter, pair of linear equations. Okay, desktop. I can save this. Okay, so you'll be having all this textbook, all this contents of the chapter, right? Now what you can do is see in ChatGPT there is an option to upload this. See here you can upload from computer and I'm uploading this from the desktop. See, I'm uploading this. Okay. Then you can ask create a create an a question bank from the above option with at least 20 questions. Okay. See, let me check my power source. I think my battery is getting drained. Oh, it's actually from start a new thing. Here I can attach. Uh, and here from the document create a question bank. See, it will read the document for you and see a lot of questions are actually generating from the content of the document uploaded by you only, right? So there won't be anything outside that document. So you can make use of all these things for your effective teaching learning practice. And suppose you have some complex problem to be solved, okay, problems to be solved, you can actually use make use of this, because when you look into some chapters, the concepts are not much clear, right? So you can uh, ask this DeepSeek for this is ChatGPT is one option and DeepSeek is another option. Like demonstrate the working of a simple pendulum pendulum in a data driven. It will effectively build to give you the idea of how it should be uh, demonstrated very particularly, right? So you can make use of this particular application and just keep in mind these are all not creating anything new as AI tools, because we are using all these things as a consumer of AI, and these are all actually no code AI tools. Okay, to apply this AI on our teaching learning practice, but you can actually make use of other tools that like I have shown to you for building new kind of AI applications or your own AI applications. I can demonstrate you one more very interesting thing. Uh, Teachable. Maybe you can use this for your classes to understand how the students are actually uh, receiving the concepts. See an image project. This is a simple project. I can actually upload some images of lemon here, and I can upload some images of melon here. Okay. Then you can actually train our model. That is, the training process is actually called as something like the model is getting understand model is understanding the things. So if I show some images of lemon or melon, this is called as teachable machine. Okay, for anything, any cases, actually you can make use of this. Yeah, as I'm using cam for the meet. Yeah. So if I show an image of, I'm showing that image of melon in my phone. Okay, watermelon. See, I show the image of what I don't know whether it is good light. The camera is not able to detect it. But see, now it is predicting as class 2, right? Class 2 is nothing but it is watermelon. Okay, so I can actually name it. See, it can be name it as watermelon. Uh, can be name it as lemon. So again, we can train the model. The training is correct, complete. I show this. See, is predicting that as watermelon, right? Okay. Instead, if I take something like lemon, lemon, see, if I show some lemon, see, it can detect it as lemon. Are you seeing it? Okay, can detect it as lemon. So this is a very simple application, teachable machine you can make use of without any code. You can create this kind of techniques. So you can simply put different animals and you can ask students to understand whether the, what is the animal is shown in the figure. Then using the AI, you can keep them in front of it, and the AI model will predict it. And you can simply verify. The student itself can verify whether I am telling it correctly or not. Such kind of things can be made with the help of this kind of application. Okay? So the time is only very limited. So with this, I would like to what conclude the session. So what I am telling you is like be adaptable with AI. There are a lot of options. With this limited time, I cannot simply demonstrate all of these, and I cannot make you learn about these things. But I just wanted to convey you this will make your life more easier as a teacher, and you can be an effective teacher with the help of artificial intelligence. Okay, so happy AI teachers.
So there was a question by Victor E. Lesson plan, it's a plan of action, teacher to be prepared for that particular class. That is 45 minutes. But how to prepare in ChatGPT the diagrams to be presented for the plan to be executed effectively in the class?
Yeah, actually, in the current version of ChatGPT, the diagrams cannot be effectively generated, but there are some shortcuts. See, suppose you want to teach Pythagoras theorem, okay? You want to teach Pythagoras theorem, and definitely you should have a right angle triangle table with some hypotenuse, altitude, and all, right? Base and all, right? So how you can actually make use of ChatGPT for this? For this, uh, I can simply give a query like create. a LaTeX code for explaining Pythagorean theorem with the picture, picture of a right angle triangle. Right angle. So there is something called LaTeX. LaTeX is a document generator. Okay. So after this use, there is something called ticks. Ticks for creating the diagram. Maybe I hope this will create something and show you.
Sir, your screen is not yet shared. We
Okay.
can see.
See, what I have given us like, see, this is a query. Create a LaTeX code for LaTeX is something called a document preparation tool, like MS Office, MS Word, but here we are using some kind of codes to generate it. Okay. So LaTeX code for explaining Pythagoras theorem with the picture of a right angle triangle. Use sticks for creating the diagram. Okay. So this is a code I got. So there is something called overleaf. Overleaf is a tool to compile the LaTeX code. Overleaf. Overleaf. Forgot this name. A new project, blank project. I'm just copying the code I got from the ChatGPT and on compilation. See, are you able to see this? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can actually create such kind of very structured diagrams with ChatGPT. Otherwise, you need to create it. You need to create it somehow, like in the uh, there's a tool called Pro.io. Pro.io is a very effective tool. You can make any kind of diagrams with this. But still, if you don't have an idea how to create the diagrams, you can look for the ChatGPT for it. That will give the idea of how to create the diagram to implement or to realize a content very effectively. Okay. So hope that question is answered, right?
Yes, sir. Yes. So we have another question from Sri Kumar. How do we know that an application we are using are sufficiently trained in the data sets for the domain we are working on to work effectively in our teaching process?
This in the chat box, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. How do we know that an application we are using are sufficiently trained in the data set for the domain we are working on to work effectively in our teaching process? Like suppose you are working on the biology domain. So you want to know whether that model, AI model, is sufficiently trained on bio models, right? Bioinformation, right? Is the questions?
Yes, yes.
And yeah, because all these models like ChatGPT or Gemini or DeepSeek, everything is actually trained on a very global knowledge. So it is actually whatever is actually scattered over the internet is actually collected and used to train all these models. Even a large volume, we can say maybe the all books in the libraries in the world were digitally available were used to train this model. So they are actually sufficiently trained. But if you are very specific on a particular topic or a new content, see, in the previous example, I have uploaded the content of that document, right? Uploaded a PDF file. Then I can ask questions or I can give prompts based on that particular document. That will make that AI applications answer in a very particular way according to the content you have provided. So you can, if you want to very keen about a specific content, you can give the context means you can give the informations in the uploaded way, then you can ask questions on that.
Thank you, sir. This is another question from Nimisha. So, usually ChatGPT is useful to provide additional information. How can we use ChatGPT to make the class more interactive?
Yeah, we cannot put everything on the shoulders of ChatGPT. As a teacher, we have to think about how to make it effective. But definitely, the out of the box thinking can be uh, created with this AI model. See, suppose uh, I want to teach photosynthesis as a photosynthesis process. Okay, process in the class as a drama. Okay, so can you give a script for it? So these are the characters. The narrator will be there, the sun, the chlorophyll, water. carbon dioxide, glucose, oxygen, and plant are the characters. You can actually make up like this, and the narrator is actually giving some kind of things. Then the sun is coming and telling his dialogue. The chlorophyll, the water, the carbon dioxide, the plant. Again, by the end of this particular drama, all the audience, all the student audience will definitely get the idea of photosynthesis in a very particular way, in a very visualized way, right? So this is how we should think, and only the AI can be used as an aid for improving our thoughts. So we have to do our own parts.